Hey guys, it's Charles Butler here. You can see my profile name, my avatar, Sir Chosen. And a couple of you guys asked, how do I approach my daily fantasy sports, especially baseball every day? Now, you can see here that I'm ranked number 44 out of 15,000 people in the flyweight division, which means most of my buy-ins are $1.25. As you can see here, a couple of top number one finishes in big GPPs, but I'm mostly a cash game player and I'm a limited entry player. I'll put 20 entries in and up to 70 to 80, 90% of my games are cash games, okay? But how I approach a slate is the night before, I usually come here to First Look by Noto, Derek Farnsworth. This is why I like to use Rotogrinders. Here it gives me the games here. And since it's a split slate, I like to look at the money line. So this is what I look at over here. I look at the money line for Vegas, the K rate, and the opponent's K rate. So this is how I would judge my pitchers. I like to make my own plays before I do any research and listen to the experts. So I look at the K rate. Scroll here. So that's good about Rotogrinders. So I'll put this down on paper. I'll start looking at the bats. What are teams going to score according to Vegas, and make sure you have the correct slate because today is a split slate. So I want to look at, okay, opposing pitcher, how do pitchers get left-hand, right-handers, the ISO, the team K, who has a low strikeout rate, who has a high strikeout rate. So I like to write these down, put it on paper the night before. Then I look at the batters, and I come here. Now, I usually put 3 or 4 hours in. So people don't understand this is a business that I run. People laugh at me, but when you go 4-0 and season long and you're cashing 5 or 6 times a week, this is serious stuff. So after I get to Vegas and look at the numbers beforehand, I like to come over to Slate IQ on Rotogrinders. Slate IQ, and I like to look at the slate. This is great this only works for DraftKings for right now, but it takes the last 25 most similar slates. Today is a 5-game slate. And as you can see, the cash line. So it gives me the cash line. What has happened on this slate before with these teams or a 5-team slate. How to stack. What stacks are the winners, the privileged. I like looking at this stuff. And then I like to go over $1 Million Musings and Dave Potts. Cheese is good. If you guys don't know Dave Potts, look him up. He won the baseball world championships back to back, and that was a payout of $1 million per person. So I like to see where his things are going. So once I get my plays, I like to come over to this, and then which I like about Rotogrinders again, they give you a quick condensed overview of what all their experts are saying. I like to switch over. I use FantasyLabs, another subscription service. The reason why I use Labs is I'm able to track my lineups. Now yesterday was pretty bad because I didn't catch the game being ran out, so we don't have the actual numbers for some of these because some of these people didn't play. But as I check on my entries, and this is why I like using the ladder. Right here, I had 21 entries. These are my cash games. This was a score of 132. Matt Carpenter, you see my pitchers didn't do well, but and this cash, I was 100% cash with this lineup. That's why I like using the ladder. So I like to check my lineups. Backtrack data, I can go back to, let's see, 6-3. Did I do lineups in? Oh, that's the 6-3. And I can track my lineups actual. This was a 3-game slate. So that's why I like about FantasyLabs, that I can check the daily lineups, go to this correct slate, and this gives me, in a condensed view, the Vegas numbers, runs scored, trends, and then I like to check the Vegas numbers. And over here, I can check where's the money going, at what time. This started off at 5-6. Now the implied run live is 6 runs. So why did the Vegas raise this up to 6 runs? This is a team I want to stack. 5.8 to 6.4. I want to stack this team too. And then I head over to Army. Now it doesn't really matter which subscription service you use. I like Army. Now remember, I wrote down all my plays, and I come over to the Army, Now you can use Army or at least use, I like Army because their information is it filters to me. So I can go to coach's notes here. And remember, I've already made my plays. Let me see what the experts are saying. And Nelly's Carnage report. I have my pictures written down. So if you're not a VIP member here, I will send you the link. But I'm looking at the pictures. Okay. I don't have those pictures up there. So, hey, what's the difference? Then I'm looking at the coach's notes. Coaches notes for FanDuel, Raz. These guys are 5 or 6 figure earners, and these are your coaches. So I'm looking at and comparing my notes. Is he good for cash games? So this is how I prepare myself, and then I go into my research. Once I have everything written down on paper, then I compare what the experts and all the other outlets are saying. I subscribe to about 3 services. I might add another one. And then I have my own notes. I have my own plays. I have my own stacks. Then I compare to the experts. So I did well last week. I took down a whole GPP by stacking the Dodgers, and no one had that. The leverage was good. The leverage was excellent. So this is how I do my methodology of picking my teams.